I decided to check Brad Durick's barometric pressure. This is In Through the Outdoors, and I'm your guide, Jason Walter. I'm big into the effects of pressure on walleye, bass, and perch, and while I was chatting with North Dakota's Catfish King, I asked if he had the same belief.
I noticed the same thing with catfish, and I document it, especially on storms where they're telling us it's going to happen. You can watch the barometer. It's not collapsing. It's just lightly going down. And the activity will pick up, meaning they'll move into faster current. They'll do this, they'll do that. So I've kind of come to the conclusion that that pressure means nothing to most fish, but they know something negative is about to happen, and they don't have a weatherman to tell them what it is. So they're eating and gorging and preparing for a negative. And like clockwork, once I figured that out, as soon as that front passes or that storm, and the barometer back in the Weather Underground would have a little V shape on it on the graph where the wind swung to the northwest and the barometer started to rise, they would immediately move out of the current into the slackest, deadest water they could find to express as little energy as possible. So my theory is they're not hurting, they're not the bends, they're full. And they're waiting for this negative whatever it is to pass. If it's a really big one, they might sit there for a couple days. If it's not a really big one, well, that was really nothing, and then they move on.
Sometimes I think we, or I, make a big deal out of barometric pressure, but the only way to really know is to keep track like Brad Durick does. I'm Jason Walter, and that's In Through the Outdoors. Find more at jasonwalter.com, and thanks for listening. With all the ice shows coming up, all I can think about is ice fishing. Did you know you can save up to $18,000 on our favorite Team Lodge Extreme 2 at outletrecreation.com? Go take a peek, and when you're ready to buy, use the code ITTO500 to save an additional $500 on your new fish house from Outlet Recreation. Hey, follow In Through the Outdoors on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Download the podcast, and if newsletters are your thing, subscribe to the Caster for original outdoor content at jasonwalter.com.